Let's continue looking at addition of fractions. So let's suppose you have 2/3 plus 5/6. Here 2/3 plus 5/6. You have 2/3 plus 5/6. You have two different things. You can't just add the 2 and 5 and say 7. 7 what? One thing you can do is bring all of this to 6, change to a common denominator. Alright? And if you have 5/6 plus say 26, you would get 25/6. Now I want the 2/3 to become some number of 6s. So 2/3. If I multiply the 3 by 2, I get 6. I need to multiply the 2 up here by 2 as well. So what I have upstairs is 2 2s, 4 over 3 2s, 6. So this becomes 4/6 plus 5/6. 4 and 5 is 9. So 4/6 plus 5/6 would become 9/6. So it's 4 plus 5. I can put the 6 there like that. Gives me a total of 9 6s. Now you could say 2/3 plus 5/6. Draw the line and find the LCM. 3 into 6 2. 2 2s 4. Plus 6 into 6 is 1 time. 1 times 5 5. And you would get 4 and 5 9 6. Alright, that's a shortcut method of doing it. Now let's look at the answer that we have here. You can see that the numerator is larger than the denominator. Here you add two fractions where you have smaller numerators, but the answer gives you a bigger denominator, a bigger numerator. This is called an improper fraction. You could change it into a mixed fraction. What that means, you have the 9 6. If you get an answer like this and want to leave it, you could cancel it down to its simplest form. 3 into 9 goes 3 times, 3 into 6 goes 2 times. So it's really 3 halves, 3 over 2. So this is called an improper fraction because you have the numerator larger than the denominator. If you say 2 into 3 goes 6 times, 2 into 3 is 1 time. How many 2's there are in 3? There is 1 and the remainder 1. So it's 1.5. It's like looking at this case. 1.5 means 1 whole plus a half is 1.5. 1.5 means 1 whole. This is the 1 and this is the half. So this one contains how many halves? 1, 2 halves plus a third half. Give you 3 halves. So 1.5 is the same as 3 halves. And this is the same as 3 times a half, which is 3 halves. Alright? So you have 3 halves here. Let me clear some of this and make some space. So therefore 2 6 plus 5 6 is really 3 halves. Alright? Or 2/3 plus 5 6 I should say is really 3 halves. An improper fraction. When you have 3 halves turn into 1.5, you have a mixed fraction. You have a mixed fraction. 2/3 is a improper fraction because you have a smaller numerator up top. 3 halves is an improper fraction because you have a bigger numerator up top. 1.5 mixed fraction. You have the whole number mixed up with the fractional part if you want to remember it that way. Alright? And the reason why 1.5 is equal to 3 over 2 because 1.5 means one whole circle plus half a circle, but that one whole circle has 2 halves, and that extra additional half a circle is one more half, so you have 3 halves, which is 3 over 2. Now let's look at what would happen if we try to use a diagram to add these. Alright, 2/3. If we have one whole circle and we have thirds, and we are interested in this third and this third, that's 2 of the thirds so far. So this represents 2/3. As for 5/6, if we divide this into 6 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts, 5 of them. Want to look at 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those equal parts. This remains 2/3. What we want is to multiply the 3 by 2 under here, 3, 2, 6, and the 2 by 2 up here to get 4, just like what we did earlier. So what we have is 4, 6 plus 5, 6 to give us 9, 6. 9 sixths. Now, what we have here is 4, 6. So we need this circle to be in 6. We need this to be in 6s. So we divide each third into half each third and get 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts. Now here, this 1/3 covers 2/6, and this 1/3 also covers 2/6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/6 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that we had looked at earlier. So it's 5, 6. 4 and 5 is 9. And it is 6 that we're counting. So we have 9 6s, which again is the same as 3 halves, which is 1.5. So we have 9 6s, which is 3 halves. So that's what really happens when we add them like that. Alright? So that's an addition of 2/3 plus 5/6. Now we're going to look at another area of fractions later on, so I'll see you then.